Hey, happy day, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, also known as Pajama Grandma. Let's talk about call the shots, calling the shots. Well, this is one of those expressions and idioms that people aren't really sure where it came from, but it could be from the warring and soldier days. So it could be an expression or an idiom or a saying that's been with us for centuries, because in battle, the leaders would call the shots, or they would tell their soldiers when to attack, when to shoot, when to literally shoot the arrows or shoot the guns in battle. So it might be from that, or it could be from coaching. Basketball coaches, for example, call the shots in the game. Not really sure, nobody's really sure where it came from, and it doesn't really matter. What it means is anybody that gives directions or is in charge or gives orders or tells other people what to do, right? Boy, there's none of that going on in the world, right? So actually, it could even be influencers. I just thought of that. I was thinking of leaders and leadership and giving direction and guidance and vision, but it also could be influencers because they also call the shots in many instances, right? That's why there's celebrity endorsements. But when we think about this with respect to our businesses and running our business and growing and supersizing our business, because that's what we're all here about, it means being a leader and making the decisions, setting the direction, setting the course, getting that big goal out there and that vision for everybody in the organization to follow. Now, if you own the business, or even if you're the CEO or a leader in the business, it is your job, not only your job, but your responsibility, your right and your responsibility to call the shots, to lead the field, to set the direction, to have the vision and continually paint the vision and the picture of the future for everyone else in the organization and people outside the organization. You need to call the shots for your customers. You need to call the shots for your prospective perfect prospects and clients. You need to call the shots for your partners and vendors and people that you interact with and work with all the time. It's your job to set that direction, to call those shots, to let people know what's expected and what direction you're all going, so that you can all go in that direction together. In business, and in life, we are engaged in all different kinds of businesses or experiences or organizations. And in each of those, different people play different roles. Sometimes we're the one calling the shots. Sometimes we're the ones going with the flow, depending on the situation and what we're trying to have for a result and an outcome from that situation. I know there's the places in my life where I definitely call the shots. In my businesses and in my companies, I am ultimately responsible. Therefore, I am the one that when it comes down to the rubber meeting the road and a decision has to be made and a direction has to be set, that's my responsibility. And I will not delegate. I'll delegate that, pieces of that, but the ultimate responsibility is always mine. The buck always stops with me as a business owner 24/7, no matter what. And I wouldn't want it any other way. I don't know about you, but I've worked in organizations where I've reported to more than one person. And that is so confusing and so hard on the person that is required to report to or work with, two bosses. I did that in a couple of my jobs, and ultimately I ended up leaving because it's too frustrating and too hard, because you're satisfying one boss and usually the other one's not happy because you're setting one or the other's priorities above their own. So as much as we like to think partnerships and things like that are a great way to lead, they're good for some things because we can each play off our strengths, but one person, one go-to person has to be, they don't have to be, because I've seen it work both ways, but not always so well. But if you want to supersize and grow your business, you're ultimately responsible. You want to be the one that is setting the direction and being the decision maker, the final decision maker for pretty much everything. Now, it doesn't mean you have to do everything yourself, right? We delegate things all the time. It just means as far as the vision and the direction for the organization goes, that is up to you. So what do you think about this? Do you think that calling the shots is ultimately your responsibility? I would love to have a little discussion about it. Share in the comments below. Say, yes, I call the shots. No, I don't call the shots. My wife does, or my significant other or my business partner does. And that's perfectly all right. We don't have to call the shots in every situation, with the exception, however, of our own life. Nobody can call the shots for us but us. That's, I guess, my one caveat I say, for your own life, you call all the shots, and for your own business, you probably want to be the ultimate person that calls the shots. It doesn't mean you don't have different people that call the shots all along the way. I have different people that do and run different functions for my businesses, and that's how I want it to be. You know, my accountant tells me and advises me on everything accounting and CPA and tax related, but it's my responsibility because I'm the one that the IRS will come after if there's a problem. I'm the one that the banker will be wanting to talk to, not my accountant, if there's a problem. So ultimately, even though I have people that I delegate different areas of responsibility to, it's always my responsibility to give the overall direction and to, again, be responsible for anything that happens. Go out, make it an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow with another interesting perspective from an idiom that has been affecting me and a lot of humanity for sometimes centuries. And what does that mean to us? And how can we use that to grow and build our businesses? All right, catch you tomorrow. Bye.